Hello, family. I'm making this video because you got to know what's going on. I'm up here. I have end stage renal failure. I developed end stage renal failure because of my ex girlfriend, Noelle Marie Scott. She was poisoning both me and our son. I got my son away in time where he's fine now. But unfortunately, I suffered lasting effects. I've been having an issue getting the proper medical treatment. Couldn't understand why. I was being refused dialysis. I was being refused a chair at a dialysis clinic. Um, I've I've had multiple instances where I've had doctors at the hospital try to give me medication that I was allergic to. Excuse me. That would that would do harm to me because of conditions that I have. Excuse me. I I'm new to it, so there's not a lot that I know about it. I'm still learning a lot. But over time, I've been feeling really, really bad and couldn't understand why. I was very weak, very tired. I was having chest pains. And to come to find out, the reason why all of this was happening was because the doctors at the hospital were purposely keeping my hemoglobin low because when you have kidney failure, it can cause anemia. So they were purposely keeping my hemoglobin low. A healthy hemoglobin for a male adult is about 15 to 16. My hemoglobin was at 7. The only way these people would even give me any blood was if my hemoglobin dropped below 7. These people are trying to slowly kill me in such a manner to make it look like I just died of natural causes from kidney failure. You can Google it, family, that it literally tells you that when a person walks around with a hemoglobin that low, they got about 30 days before they die. I just left the ER in Chandler, Arizona, just outside of Phoenix. At the what is it? Is at the Osalito Hospital. And these people I went in there with a hemoglobin 6.5. They only gave me 1 unit of blood, which is barely enough to raise it above 7. I still feel very weak. And I'm having chest pains. When I informed that I was having chest pains, it felt like I was having a heart attack. They did not do anything. They didn't give me medicine. They didn't give me aspirin. Because they didn't do anything. I sat there 20 minutes with the chest pain and they did nothing. So I tried to leave and try to call 911 to get an ambulance to take me to a different hospital. Do you know that the 911 dispatch they refused to send an ambulance out, telling me that they could give me a private number for me to call the ambulance company and request the ambulance. They didn't want to do it through 911. The reason why I'm telling you this, all family, is because I want you to understand that there is a network within the system and that they have an agenda to kill people. They are willing to kill people. They have tattoos, and I've noticed that there's a certain common tattoo. There are 3 common tattoos among them. One is a tattoo that means that they killed a black person. It is a tattoo of a spider web on the elbow. The second is a tattoo of a bulldog on the forearm. There's also a third one, which is like really weird. I think they get it in the military, and it's all code for something. What, I don't know, but I do know it's a group. And the third tattoo is a tattoo of a forest, like trees, on the forearm. Usually, it's on the inside forearm. These people are very dangerous, family. For whatever reason, they will do harm to you. The things that you're experiencing, the gang stalking, the stolen identity, people messing with your bank account, your money, it's not a coincidence, family. I done told you there are no coincidences. These people are targeting children of God. They're targeting hardworking, honest, decent people because they know that they're going to hell. They know that they're going to hell, and they know that you're a good person. See, what they want to do, y'all, is they want to attack you until they and keep attacking you to either A, they can kill you, B, you do harm to yourself, C, they destroy you and mess your life up, because that's the agenda. They want you. You remember that old saying, misery loves company? Right. That's what it is. These evil people want to tear you down because you're blessed. They want to tear you down because you're blessed. But this is the reason why this world is finna come to an end is because of the technology we have. See, 30, 40 years ago, the hearts of the people, the evil was still in their hearts. And they were still acting out the evil, but they did not have the technology to do what they're doing to us now. See, now with this technology, it's all sold. They got the game sold up. What can you do? The game is all sold up now. Excuse me. The game is all sold up. They can track you. They can mess with your money. They listen to your conversations. All of it. They learn your patterns, where you eat. Like if you have any kind of illnesses, and all they got to do is contact the people where you're going. If you're on medication, contact your pharmacist. If you go to the hospital, a certain doctor, they can contact your doctor. They can bribe your doctor, which is what I'm experiencing. And my situation is not unique, family. I just met a sister 2 nights ago. She found out something that could blow the lid off the whole pandemic situation and the whole shortage situation. It's manufactured. The shortages ain't real. I've seen the proof. But this sister is going through the same thing. Why is it that all of us, God-fearing, chosen people, why is it seem like all of us are suffering the same attacks? They want to attack our children. They want to attack us. They come after as men. They come after our wives, our girlfriends. They go to turn her against us, and then they try to take our kids away. And then they want to expose our kids to satanic stuff. Why do they want us to expose our kids to satanic stuff now? Now, of all time. All these years, family. Now, they're trying to bombard our kids with all this satanic crap. It's not a coincidence, family. There is a system within the system. You know, like in the Marvel movies, like where they had Hydra, that secret organization, Hydra. There's something like that going on in the government. There's something like that going on. If you look, you'll find that they just had an incident like that in Germany, where there was a secret network in Germany, and they're trying to call them um, um, an extremist right group. You know, like Republicans, and they just talked about that in the news in Germany. Family, we got to fight. We got a serious fight on our hands because this enemy is hiding in plain sight, and they ain't hiding anymore. They ain't hiding anymore. They just throwing stones and hiding their hands. But I'm telling you, family, your life is in danger. Trust nobody. You can only trust God. And those that are God-fearing people, you know how you can tell them? They'll be going through what you're going through. You'll find that the people, if you want to know who are good people, check and see if they're going through what you're going through. If they are going through basically the exact same thing you're going through, then chances are there's somebody you can trust. Because they're a child of God. They're being attacked for being a child of God because they won't flip. They won't compromise on their morals. They won't compromise on the word of God, on the laws of God. And you're going to be attacked for that. We're all being attacked for that. Because they either A, want to kill us, or B, get us to flip and become an evil person. But if you know like I know, your constitution is too strong in you. You're not gonna flip no matter what they put you through. You get angry, you get frustrated, but you're not gonna flip no matter what they do. Because God means more to you in your heart than anything else. But family, watch the tattoos. Trust nobody. Because like I said, it's a spider web tattoo on the elbow. It's a tattoo of a bulldog on the forearm. Or a line of trees. It's like a forest. It looks like a line of trees on the inner forearm. It'll be one of the 3 tattoos. So I just wanted to share this message because I wanted people to have a heads up as to what's going on. Because family, that rabbit hole is deep. Because I just had the 911 dispatch refuse me. This is why we know the cops are crooked, but it don't just stop at the cops. Because now that the cops got to wear cameras and everything is recorded, now they're using people in the medical field. See, this goes back to the military family, the government. I'm going to share something else with you, and I dare anybody to prove me wrong. When I was 19, I took a temporary job where I wound up working for a local TV station. While I was working for the local TV station, I wound up going to the warehouse where they kept the footage. They keep the footage for years. Okay? So while I was there, and I was charged with the responsibility of kind of helping them, clean up the warehouse where they kept all this footage and records. And I kept wondering why they got all these boxes of records of paperwork. Excuse me. So I opened one of the boxes of paperwork, and in the box was a tape, also a transcript. Now you might say, well, that's not unusual. It's a transcript, right? But what's unusual about it was the fact that the transcript was it was an outline of the news report. The news report that was intended to be aired on the news. So before you get the news, they literally have to draw up an outline of what their news report is going to be, and they have to then fax that outline to a branch of the United States military. And whatever branch it is going to be the Air Force, and some of it was even the Army. And I'm talking about any subject, whether, local crime, it don't matter. They have to write an outline of what the intended news report is going to be. They then fax this outline to a branch of the United States military. When they get it, they then highlight what they can and cannot say. The military then faxes that back to the news station, and that's the news report you get. There has never been in America freedom of speech or freedom of the press. It has always been controlled by the United States government. So all this talk about freedom of the press is BS, is total bull. And I dare anybody to prove me wrong. Not only that, family, what's going on in America is this is becoming Nazi Germany all over again. Because the ideology of the Nazis, the Nazi scientists that America brought here to this country, the government brought to America during Operation Paperclip, they have infected our country with Nazi ideology. This is why everything you see is degraded to the way it has. Why do you think now they are bombarding us with satanic messaging, images, movies, shows? Because you can look it up for yourself. The Nazis, as well as Hitler, were doing satanic things. They were worshiping the devil. They also were using satanic rituals to communicate with the so-called other side. This is where the belief came from of some of the technology that the Nazis had obtained came from. It was rumored that that's where the technology came from. The beings on the other side communicated with Hitler and some of the other Nazis about this technology, how to create it. See, America didn't have that technology. That's why America took those Nazi scientists and brought them to America in Operation Paperclip. And they have done nothing but use their understanding of psychology and propaganda to control the American people. See, America has been nothing but a psychological experiment, a social experiment from the get-go, from the start. They always talk about Sigmund Freud like he was the father of psychology. But Sigmund Freud himself hated America. But it didn't stop them from always praising him, right? Because, see, the same propaganda that the Nazis used on people in Europe, in Poland, Germany, the same propaganda that was used to destroy, to control and destroy people, it's the same propaganda that's being used on us today. The fear, the control, telling you that, oh, we're doing this for your good. Okay? Look it up. Look it up. And that's just like this whole anti-Semitism mess. If Jews really were about justice and wanted to stop the so-called anti-Semitism, they would not be trying to silence people and by calling something anti-Semitism. They would actually want people, they would be for free speech. They wouldn't be trying to silence somebody. They would be for free speech. Because in order, if I went through that kind of those atrocities, I would cry aloud anytime I saw anything that looked anywhere near similar to what my people went through. But I wouldn't just say anti-Semitism to silence somebody. I would explain it. There would be a dialogue between me and other people. And it would be public, not private. See, people, judge them by their actions. Not by what they say, but by what they do. Judge them by their actions.